Hey television neighbors, what's going on? Yeah, I'm doing it from my garage. What had happened is I actually put out a video today and then it made this weird, oh no, I was having these frame issues recording, so I'm redoing it because if I do it tomorrow I can't be outside anyway. It's gonna be raining hard and maybe some snow and the lighting's gonna suck, so doing it from my GT garage here. So let me go over the bike. Yeah, all my cool bikes are here, you know, so most of them anyway. I got my Team I Drive, my LTS, my Lightspeed, my Mongoose, a rebound project I'm working on, one of my original Univegas, my BMX bike, another Univega, my RTS Sanction, Zaskar, Sensor, LTS, or I mean Rebound, and GT Grunge. But today I'm talking about my latest bike. This is the GT Grade. I'm sorry I'm having to do this like with such crap lighting, but I'll go over the bike real quick. This is a GT Grade. It's a second iteration. It's not the, or I mean, it's the not the second iteration, but it's not the latest iteration. The current iteration is a little different. So with the current GT carbon grades, these seat stays do not contact the seat tube at all. They actually bypass it, so then they go here. Plus the width on here is the 135. The latest GT grade does a 142 so through axle versus a 135 136 quick release in the back. And then up front with the current GT grade, they have the little flip chip, so if you're carrying panniers or anything on their fork, because they did make the bike so you could you know, carry bags. If you don't want it so twitchy while you're carrying bags, you can go and change out the rake on it, or the how far the axle is. So makes it a little more stable or a little more twitchy depending. So, but this is a 12 by 100 through axle. So let me go over the bike front to back. These wheels, these are the FSA AGX wheels. They're for an 11 speed basically, but I have a spacer so I can run the 1x10. On here it's nice with the FSA AGX wheels, because on the AGX wheels, on a 6-bolt here, you know, they have the adapters. So for the adapters, they have a 12 by 100, or they have a TA12, or you know, through axle for a 12 millimeter, and you can convert the quick release. And then here on the back you can do a 142 through axle if you want. It has the adapters for that, or in this case a 135 136 quick release, so you can do that in the back. Here I'm running the Magura MT5 brakes. So my favorite brakes. I know it's overkill for a bike that barely weighs like 22 pounds, but I just love these brakes. They are really incredibly strong for this bike. If I hit the front brake real hard, I can tell that the fork does not like that. And this is a straight up tapered carbon fork. There's a compression plug, and so I can't push this bike as hard as I do other bikes because of that reason. You know, one thing I don't want is to break, you know, the fork off and then I'm missing 8 teeth or whatever. So here, but I did ride it on a technical trail today. I've ridden it. I've done some mountain biking on it. Really, really impressive. So all my shredded edits, I've ridden those trails on this bike. It does not like to be jumped though, so that's the latest. But here I'm running the Magura it's a 160 rotor combo. So these are the Magura HC Storm rotors on the MT5 brake calipers and MT5 brake levers. It's real good. I'm running the Race Face half Nelson grips. These are my favorite grips. They're thin. My handlebar is the Race Face Turbine. What I like about it is, you know, I standardize my handlebars a lot. This is a flat bar, obviously, and it's 720 millimeters wide. When I do gravel races, I'm gonna use a narrower Race Face bar with bar ends, so that way I can enjoy the flat bar position but have different hand positions as well. Let's see, this is an FSA headset, obviously a tapered headset, and back here this is 27.2 seat post. It does give you the option to run internal, but I don't do that. I run it external because I'm always working on stuff. I know it'd give it a cleaner look than, you know, these zip ties, but whatever. What happens is I standardize my parts, so I can just take this and transfer it to another bike that runs a 27.2, or in a pinch I can use it on a shim. I can shim it. I can shim a bike with a larger seat tube diameter and throw this in, like, because I'm always destroying bike frames because I'm riding real hard, and this one I hope it lasts for a while. But anyway, this is a B&W. I think it's a Pine Dropper. It's a 27.2. It also has suspension, so it's 100 millimeters of travel, adjustable travel, or adjustment, height adjustment, and 40 millimeters of travel. You can set the air pressure on here to like how much rebound or whatever you want, and it's roughly like the max is 300 psi. For somebody like me that's 210 pounds, it's I'm running this at about, you know, pound per, you know, weight, so roughly about 210 pounds psi on here. And it's actually real comfortable. My saddle is an SQ Lab 611. I love these saddles. They're great 3+ hour saddles. I use them obviously on a road bike, but you know, I mean, it's exceptionally comfortable. SQ Labs does a fit kit. What they basically do, sorry the lighting sucks here, I'm trying to like give you the best angle, but well, they send you a fit kit. It's basically a piece of corrugated cardboard. You sit on it, you measure like your sit bones where the indentations are. So if this is the indentation, you go in the middle, you measure the next one, and let's say it's 13.2. The saddle your size you're going to get is a 14 centimeters, so you always round up per SQ Labs. You never round down. Even if it's 13.2, you don't go to a 13, you go to a 14 per them. And that's from talking with them quite a bit, because I am very big about saddle comfort, because I'm obviously on the bike quite a bit. And then here I'm running the typical Shimano Z 10-speed shifter. It's super reliable. I like it. You know, it's really robust. I mean, just it's one of the best products for $25. You can find it at a bike shop or online, usually Jensen. They're all in the ballpark about $25. I don't think it's necessary to upgrade to an XT, in my opinion. Like, this it's such a reliable shifter, easy to adjust, easy to, never clogs. Like, I mean, I've ridden these for years now, and not one of these Z shifters has failed on me. So it's a great, reliable product. Obviously, you know, you don't want to abuse your shifter, but for most times you're shifting the right way, it should last you for quite a long time. Here, this is a non-clutch Shimano Dior Derailleur, and it is stock as is. There's no clutch to it, so it's not running a goat link at all. This is how the rear derailleur comes as is. It's their 10. It's an old, basically now probably an old school 10-speed shifter. It runs a FSA ZS MS3 cassette. This is the 1142 in the back. I did the 42 because, as you can tell, it's near the largest cog and it's already kind of straight. So if I put in a larger tooth, I probably can't go too crazy. This is already a 32 race face narrow wide chainring on a Shimano SLX 104 BCD bolt chain diameter crank set on a Shimano XT bottom bracket on a 6873, and I'm running a SRAM PF30 adapter so I could use my Shimano threaded bottom bracket on here so I could use the Shimano SLX crankset. And it works real well. You do two spacers, you know, two of the bottom bracket spacers on this side and one on that, and it's given me zero problems. It works real well. I'm not having problem with shifting or anything. And this is a budget chain. This is a SRAM PC 1051. You know, and they're real nice because they come with the quick links. I can see it right there. You know, so you get the little chain tool, attach it, disconnect it, however you need. Easy to replace, easy to install. I didn't want to do a 46 in the back because it's already sensitive to shifting, so you know, you really got to be mindful. But GT does give you the option if you want to do a direct mount, maybe run Ultegra or something. Obviously, you're going to change out the back of the cassette. Even if you want to do an 11-speed on this wheel set, you can. Tire-wise, these are the Vittoria 700C by 33s. There's not a lot, even though the top here has a decent amount of clearance, this is real tight. I can't even put my smallest finger through here at all. So 33 is about the max for this. The latest GT, you know, like the 2021 GT grades, they're gonna have wider spacing, so you can get away, I think, with up to a 42. But on here, I think 33 is the max. These are the Vittoria Torino. I think these are the mix. Yeah, these are the Torino mix. I like these tires because I'm using this bike as a cross country. There's a Wednesday Night Worlds bike race that is cross country. The trails are blue lines mostly, so a bike like this you can get away with. I've seen people race cyclocross bikes at this event and do really well. So I figured, I wanted a gravel bike, but I wanted mountain bike control, if that makes any sense. So that's why I'm doing this for long distance gravel rides, like when I'm doing 50+ miles. That's where I'm going to throw in bar ends, so I can kind of just have a different hand position. Because sometimes it just sucks just being, you know, holding on to this for like so many hours. Sometimes you just want to have that road bike configuration without having that road bike configuration. That makes any sense. So overall, this bike is real fun. I like it. I can't believe it does the mountain biking real well. It's a exception compliant ride. I can't imagine how much more how well it does. Like, I'm just impressed with it. I was riding with my friend who was on a Trek Fuel, and I was giving him a run for the money on trails that are definitely the LTS sensor would do, or any of these mountain bikes would do really well on. So for given the bike and it's muddy and, you know, skinny tires, this bike kicked ass. I mean, it climbs up like a rocket, even on Rudy sections. So I'll do a ride video at some point. It's just right now, hence I'm doing this inside. It's just nonstop raining here in the Seattle area, so I just sucks. Otherwise, and plus, I'm not a real cyclocross racer. I just thought it'd be fun to convert this bike into sort of an in-between or a hybrid bike. And the reason I didn't do drop bars and why it's like this is GT was very nice. They sourced me this frame, just the frame alone. I was, of course they needed to get parts for it. I had destroyed a GT sensor, Niner from 2013. It's in one of my bike check videos. When it happened is, I guess, too many times you jump it and ride the hell out of it. The swing arm just gave out, warped actually. So I don't know if it's because I'm using MT5 brakes, but I mean, I had a lot of good races on that, won a lot of championships, and at some point, you're doing repeated 5-foot, 10-foot drops. Yeah, the bike's probably going to fail at some point, like after like the lifespan, like the useful life of it. Oh yeah, and up here it's an Easton Stem. This is a 31.8 clamp diameter on a 31.8 handlebar. This Easton Stem is roughly about, like, I think it's a 50-60 millimeter length. Here I should say this is the 53 centimeter tall frame, and I think it's pretty tall for me. Actually, let me see if I can get on. I got pushed up my paw. This is a pulse trigger lever. These are the best robust levers I've ever had. They're impressive. They run a cartridge bearing or ball bearings, whatever, and it's super smooth. So when I get on, my inseam's like 32, and I'm just, I can't record it. It looks weird. But anyway, the zone of the thrill zone, or I don't know what the hell you call it, I don't know, the genital area, but it's within the safety threshold. I don't know if anybody remembers old bike shots. They'd be like, if your junk is about 2 finger heights above the top tube, then you're fine. If it, or 2 inches or 2 finger lengths, that's how they would do it. Then you're fine. If it's like if you're resting your thingamabobber on the top tube, then probably a bit too tall. But yeah, at 5'6" on a 32-inch leg inseam, this is on the taller side. I think if I had to do it again, I'd get a 51, but GT had a 53, and so that was better. And anyway, cockpit wise, it's a pretty decent length. You know, so the reach is 370 millimeters, and the stack height on here is 558 millimeters, so not too bad. It feels at home. Of course, I'm not doing too many crazy trials tricks on it, so it's a pretty good bike. I love it. But anyway, that is it. I had originally put out a video in better lighting, and I haven't worked, you know, this garage, I need to work on the lighting so it doesn't look like I'm doing a GT grade video in a snuff film. But that's it. If you have any questions about the bike, let me know. I'm going to do a ride check video when it stops raining, probably next year in 2022, and show you the capabilities. I'll maybe follow a mate around or a buddy and kind of show you how impressive the bike is going mountain biking on a gravel bike beyond what is probably like a good idea for a bike. But that's it. I'll do a long-term review too, because I'm planning to ride this bike a lot and pretty hard, and if it cracks, I'll let you folks know. I don't know if GT's gonna be too thrilled about that, but you know, it's all about having honesty, right? I don't want to mislead anybody, and at least we can say this is the maximum threshold this bike can tolerate. So that said, thanks for letting me or watching this video in this dimly ass lit garage. If you have any other questions, you know, related to the grade or anything that can help you bike related, I'd be more than happy to answer them with my limited knowledge on anything. So that said, have a happy holiday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, all that. I know it's been another crazy year, and so hopefully you're all safe, or you know, having the best time that you possibly can given the conditions. So that said, take care. Wish you all the best, and see you in 2022. All right, see you later. Bye.